Chat's wondering if you have cops outside your house because of the lights.
No, I've got some Christmas lights going.
For people watching the podcast, it looks like there are definitely cops outside his house.
No, thank God. We don't like cops.
Yeah, ACAB. Anyway, you have a... Welcome to the 116th episode of the Cast That Ends Creation. I'm your host, Chris Deering. This is the show where I interview bands and public figures from the Mathcore adjacent communities. And this episode, we have something very special today. It's the first annual Mathy Awards. I'll be joined here by my co-host, Christian, and we're going to be talking about our best, the categories, to about 10 categories, and the best bands in those categories. Let's go ahead and bring them in now. How's it going, Christian?
It's fucking going good, my guy. How about you?
I'm doing great, man.
Thank you so much for having me.
Got 10 different categories for bands for the year. We got best drummer, best bassist, best guitarist, best vocalist, best music video, most innovative, best breakdown, best new band, EP of the year, and album of the year. A lot of shit to go through. As I was starting to make it, I was thinking, oh shit, this is gonna be a really long video we got going here. So
that isn't part of my fault. I created a lot of extra work for us by creating some dumb categories that were totally unnecessary.
Oh no, I think this is actually part of what I was considering going with too. But let's just fucking jump into it. I was thinking start with best drummer.
Let's do it.
So you want to start us off?
Yeah, sure. So my first nomination would definitely have to be Nick Cates of Mouth Breather.
Dude, hell yeah, man.
Yeah, my guy Nick fucking just crushes. Not only is he an incredible drummer, he is also a good vocalist, and he is a competent producer. He produced I'm Sorry, Mr. Salesman. So he is just all around a very well-rounded musician, and he's a singer-songwriter too. So just really solid drum chops.
Yeah, he has a lot to do with Mouth Breather, like sonically and everything too, which is crazy. A lot of he puts a lot of shit into that.
Definitely.
I would say Daniel Garcia of Pac-Man the movie. Like, dude, I saw him live multiple times. That kid fucking rips. Oh, he's so fucking good. I saw him live multiple times now. Both times, super solid. He just brings the whole thing together, man. He's fucking amazing. Yeah,
he like went in the studio and apparently nailed down that entire LP in like an afternoon, apparently.
Yeah, it was just a couple hours. It's fucking insane, dude. I don't know how you do that.
Yeah, on that note, Daniel Garcia is my next nomination as well.
Okay.
Yeah. Texas boys.
I also got Owen Hughes of Frontier. I don't know how the fuck he can keep up with Pedram. I figured he would have like broken his ankle by now, or but he could fucking do it. And the guy apparently doesn't even really listen to this kind of music, so it's even crazier. But yeah, like that dude's a beast.
Owen is a solid boy.
Solid boy indeed.
Mm-hmm. Solid unit. Total unit.
What about you, man?
David Amato from Under the Pier would have to be my next nomination for sure. I feel like this year especially, he really, really stepped it up on an Exercise and Discontent. So I would have to give it to him for just having some really like technical chops. He's really good at laying down like the groove,
Hell yeah, man. Well, I'm down to the one that won it for me. You got another nominee you want to throw out there, just before I get to that?
Yeah, I want to throw out Jay Dino for performing on Fall 50 Feet's Twisted World Perspective.
Fuck yeah, dude! I should have put him down too. I didn't even think about that. Yeah, man.
Yeah. Evidently, they had some other guy come in. Excuse me, some other person come in and track drums for that album, and they had to scrap all of their takes and have Jay come in and do all of them. I think he fucking killed it. His drum parts are really, really sick and well written.
Right. We actually went super in depth with that in my interview with him. That people should definitely check
I think
out.
maybe they like kind of like mixed a few takes together, if I'm not mistaken. But whatever, the end result is sick as hell. So
I'm pretty sure it was all Jay actually getting into it.
Maybe you're right.
He's a fucking beast.
Fucking am.
Well, my winner for the category, and you're gonna hear their name a couple times, is the members in Utopia. In this case, it's Lee Fisher and Billy Reimer. There's no way, like, you name their names, it's game over. It's GG's. Like, everyone else can go home. You know what I mean? So, yeah.
The pedigree there is next level.
It's insane, dude. Like, honestly, everybody in Utopia is fucking crazy. But, yeah, for best drummer, Lee Fisher, Billy Reimer of Utopia. Well,
that is so funny. My winner would also have to be Lee Fisher, but not specifically for his performance on those two Utopia tracks, but more specifically for his performance on Fawn Limb's Darwin Falls. He just is able to do such incredible free jazz injected drumming on top of tech metal in a way that is so cohesive and just really enhances what Ellie is going for. So yeah, I'd have to concur with you. Drummer of the year, just give me drummer of the year for sure is Lee Fisher.
Dude, hell yeah, man. Well, that went faster than I thought it was going to. Thank God. I totally thought this was going to take like forever, but we're moving at a good clip here. Next up would be best bassist. Now, I think this one is definitely a hard category because the bass is always lost in this kind of genre. You know what I mean? It's always just following the guitarist. It's really hard to actually pinpoint where the bass is. So I went with people that could make the bass its own thing. And I only got 2 people on here just because there's not a lot of people that actually do that. But the first nomination would, 3 people. First nomination would be Sidhu, and I don't even want to try to say your last name, but Sidhu of
Anandalingam.
Okay, there we go. Amandalingam, I guess is what.
Anandalingam, I believe.
Anandalingam. This is why I didn't want to say it because I knew I was going to get it wrong. But yeah, he's fucking amazing out of Juan Bond. Just able to make his own little sonic corner and with a bass, and a lot of people just follow guitar. So yeah, fucking amazing.
Good call. Yeah, Sidhu is one of the most competent bassists and musicians out there. Like he's able to do a variety of stuff. He's got a really great solo project too called Semaphore. It's kind of more in like the Minus the Bear vein. Yeah, check that out as well. My first nomination would have to be, so for this category, I kind of like took heavily into consideration both technical ability and like the ability to multitask, which is where a lot of my nominations are on the ladder, like Derek Lamoureux of Mouth Breather. I feel like he really has a fucking super sick bass tone and holds it down as a great backup vocalist.
My next nomination is going to be Zack Cliff.
Fuck yeah.
Again, just they're all great musicians in the band, and just being able to break away from just following guitar is awesome.
Yeah, he's super good. I didn't have him in my list of nominations, but I'd have to agree with you. I'd like to nominate Luke Fabian of Pupil Slicer on that note. Really good. One of the few bassists in tech metal that actually uses finger technique, which I took note of for sure, and lends some good backup, some competent backup vocals, let's say.
Okay, so not a lot of bands actually use the fingers. I guess they don't, now that I'm thinking about it. I always thought that was like a prominent thing.
Yeah, very rarely do you see any bassists in tech metal playing finger style. There's like a few.
Yeah, I guess that the pick's a little easier to maneuver. I am down to my winner now. Are you ready to hit those up?
I'll throw out a couple other quick nominations just to get it moving. Taylor Allen of CU Space Cowboy, not really like the most like, you know, just the ability to do backup vocals and play bass pretty competently, I think is noteworthy. And then Colin Ward of Wilsiax really playing some. He'd be my winner of the year for sure.
Oh yeah, man. Well, my winner is, again, another name that's going to be kind of hard. Aron McSporin, I think, of Utopia, because Utopia is fucking insane, and the fact that they can pull that shit off is just crazy. Just so technically proficient. It's insane just listening to him. It's like he's playing like tech death, but in like this proggy mathcore setting. It's insane.
Fuck, I didn't even think about him. Yeah, absolutely. That performance is excellent.
Right.
Lots of good. It seems like it's fretless even too. So. Yeah,
I think so. Actually, I think it was. But yeah, that guy's just crazy. He's involved in like a million projects too. I had a whole conversation with him on the podcast about it. But you know, the dude's fucking crazy.
Sick.
So, best guitarist?
Oh wow, this is one that I really struggled with, but trying to take into like consideration songwriting, technical ability, like effects, just like overall like guitar aesthetics. I have to nominate Pedram Valiani of Frontier and Section, for the Frontier Oxidized performance in particular, obviously. Really just next leveling what you can do with a guitar, you know?
Definitely. He's definitely pushing boundaries. My criteria was more like technical prowess, not so much like a lot of people can throw together a good song, and if we're here talking about good songwriters, we're going to be here all day because the list is just full of like all these bands that deserve mentioning, you know what I mean? So Sure. This one is just about how good you are technically at the guitar. And of course, these are good songwriters too, but this is like kicking up the next level. So my first one, I'm not gonna pronounce your name right, but John Segerstrom of Killpress. I hope I did an okay job of pronouncing that. But yeah, oh my god, he's crazy. You've seen the videos, his performance videos are just, the fingers don't stop moving, man. They just don't stop moving.
Yeah, he's a really, really good player. That Killpress project is excellent.
Oh yeah.
I would also have to nominate Ellie Hyland of Fawn Limbs. Really technical player for sure. And just able to like really write excellent parts that are super catchy and then super heavy and catchy. And then they're able to work into like a lot of the electronic elements to like the glitch elements, which I think is really compelling too. On the same level that Frontier does it. Right.
Seemed like on this one especially, they were very experimental. My next nominee would be J. Kohler of One Bond. So amazing songwriter to begin with, but also just again like he's got crazy talent. It's super technically. Yeah,
absolutely. I'd have to throw out Dylan Hall of Under the Pier as my next nomination for sure. I feel like his chops have gotten really, really good on this new album in particular.
Oh yeah,
some of like the best like mathcore riffage.
No, yeah, you're right. Just excellent on all accounts. My next one would be, it's actually two guys, Quinn Henderson and Devlin Flynn of Telomere. Talk about some crazy riffs, man. Like, I don't know how they can do all the tapping and stuff. That's just like way beyond where I'm at. But yeah, they do it well.
Their whole lineup is insanely good.
Oh yeah. This album I feel like was super underrated and has gone underneath the radar. It's one that need to get more attention.
For sure. I'm down to my winner now.
Oh, me too. Boom.
Cool. Yeah. So my winner was Tony Clark of Nursing. Like, if you want to talk about technical chops, like that guy is like the next Chris Arp in terms of just raw technical ability.
Right. Yeah. Fantastic songwriter. Mine, you could probably guess it, but it's fucking John Bailey of Utopia, because what the fuck? And I promise you, Utopia's not running away with the whole thing. It's just that these guys are way too good to not mention. Like, they're at the top of their game. All the dudes in this band are at the top of their game.
All insanely good players for sure.
Right.
If you want to talk about just like musicianship, that's definitely the unit.
Oh yeah, I mean, John does was it classical jazz or whatever at like huge
I believe he's a jazz fusion player, yeah.
And stuff. Yeah, no, it's crazy the stuff that he does.
Yeah, he plays to like big audiences, if I'm not mistaken.
A Savage Paul in chat saying "Rip Nursing." What do you mean "Rip Nursing"? They're a lot.
Maybe there's something I don't know. I thought they were still doing something.
What? Maybe you mean Needle Play, because Needle Play's gone, but Tony's in Nursing.
Needle Play is gone, unfortunately.
Rip Needle Play. So
R.I.P. in peace.
Yeah. So best vocalist. My first. So this is for me. It's people that are have a big what do you call it? Register, I guess. Range.
Yeah.
There we go. They can go from like screaming to like lows. They can do a little bit of singing, a little bit of like shouting and stuff. My first nomination is Connie Scarbassa. So the thing that is uniquely Connie is how she does the whole like that kind of thing in her songs, right? Not a lot of people do that. This is the thing that like separates her, you know? And she could do the shouting stuff. I'm not sure you could call it singing, a lot of talking stuff at least though. And or no, there is singing in this one. Yeah, that's right. She does do a little bit of singing and super lows, super highs, and she does everything.
Connie is one of the most nastiest vocalists in the scene for sure. Her vocals have just gotten better too on this new album. Like, they're so disgusting at just that snarl. Yeah, Connie is my first nomination as well.
Oh, she was. Okay, awesome.
Absolutely.
My next one is Ian Secrest of Wilsiax. I don't know how to describe his vocals exactly, but I don't know. It's like this nasty, not a scream, but not like talking either. I don't know. I can't. It's like halfway in between, and it's this really unique sound that I hadn't heard. And it's not like unique in like a bad way. Always unique. It's unique in like a really interesting way I hadn't heard.
For sure, Ian is a unique vocalist in that his vocal range is not like your typical thing that you hear. It's more like a mid shout, I guess, and almost like spoken word. My next nomination would be Chad Kapper, just because he's a fucking beast, and his performance on Oxidize is just, solid as usual. So I'd have to put them up there for sure.
Mad Mike Love in chat says Mathcore Index is just a one-on-one rip-off of Screamo Index. Get that guy that runs that page on here instead.
Levi.
My next nomination would be Crow from Capra. She just has a really unique voice. When you hear her, you know it's her. I can't really describe it any other way, but yeah, she's excellent. You know a good vocalist when you hear them, and she's definitely a good one.
I've got a couple double nominations, sort of bending the rules a bit here, but I wanted to nominate Wynton Davis and Dylan Reese of Pac-Man the movie for just being really just having some of the best like screechy vocal registers, and the way they do like the interplay between the two of them is really compelling.
It's very Hayworth-esque.
Absolutely.
Fucking sick. I'm down to my winner.
Okay, let me get my other double nomination out. That was David Wallace and James Becca of Fall 50 Feet. Like,
that was David my next one. That was my winner.
Yeah, talk about just what a great songwriting team. David, really excellent, just like mid-hardcore range, and a bit of a higher register too. And then James lending some really great singing, like some singing that is like honestly perfect for what they're trying to accomplish.
No, it's exactly what you would hope a band like that would sound like vocal wise. They're so good. I just
for sure
can't say enough about Fall 50 Feet. They're super great.
My winner was going to be Jesse Witt of Under the Pier. I feel like Jesse has got the range. He's got the lyrics. Like, what else do you need? He doesn't sing, but that's not really what I'm looking for when I'm listening to Under the Pier either. So,
right. Definitely a good one.
Yeah, if I'd gone super obvious, I would have gone with Keith Buckley, but I don't feel like necessarily that Radical is his best performance ever. So I don't know.
Yeah, honestly, I'm gonna be real here. I don't think that that album's that interesting. So there's
I enjoy it quite a bit, but I don't
know. To me, it's like they do this one sound, they do it pretty good, but it's like you've heard it like 6 times now. You know what I mean? I don't know. I just moved.
They're also just
other things.
Totally. I feel you. They're not like reinventing the wheel. I definitely would not place them in the most innovative category, but they've just been able to not ever release a bad album, basically, in my mind.
Yeah, I mean, it's not bad, but like, I don't know. I got better things to. I'm sorry. Probably gonna get flack for that. So now we'll move on to best music video. I'm gonna start us off. We got a little bit of clips we're gonna be playing. My first one is Mathcore Index, and it's Mathcore Index is Fest in its entirety. Fucking amazing, dude. You did such a good job, man. Like putting all this together. What you do for the community is fucking crazy. This was just awesome. Just being able, everyone's locked in, right? Locked indoors. We're able to experience this thing and have the community come together around something. So yeah, this is great. Thanks for putting it on, man. It was awesome.
Dude, thank you so much for saying that. I really appreciate that.
It was super important for people to be able to get something like this going. So yeah, excellent stuff. Which one do you want to talk about?
See You Space Cowboy, Misinterpreting Constellations was a big highlight for me this year for sure.
I actually hadn't seen this one.
It's just like the color palette of the video in particular is just so on point and grabbing, and I don't know. It maybe it's not like the best directed, but it's everything that you basically want out of the band, and it's got the drama and it's got the fashion. Like, what can you say?
Yeah, it's superstars. It's a very beautiful video. That looks crazy. Great. My next one is Possession 1981. Where was the name?
Choice.
Oh my God. Don't want to hear it. And Cementerio Clandestino, the one with the cop pig.
Okay.
Because there's a cop pig and that's hilarious. But also, like, I love these story-driven videos. Possession 1981 does it so freaking well. Like, every one of their videos, absolute banger, man. And this one, they end up was like sacrificing it in a pentagram or something. Like, what the fuck? Who thinks of that? It's so good.
Yep, Victor directs all their music videos too, so he's just got like a knack for that.
Oh yeah, man, they're so good. I feel like that's actually their strongest point is like the music videos they do and like the art aspect of all their music. So, yeah.
Absolutely.
What about you?
My next nomination would be, excuse me, Fall 50 Feet, Anything That Can Go Wrong. There's just such a good visual aesthetic to that. I mean, they did some good music videos this year. I think like 3 or 4 of them, but that one in particular really sticks out in my mind because it's got this great back and forth play between the two vocalists, and the direction kind of like plays off of that musical dynamics. There's a lot of switching back and forth between 2 shots of them like trading places, kind of.
Hell yeah, man! I can't add too much to that. It's an amazing video. So you like the ones with a lot of like color and stuff too, Mike.
Oh, that's not the music video either, by the way.
Oh, is this not the one?
No, that's not the one.
Oh, my bad.
Jeff.
Hold on a second. Anything can go wrong, right? I thought that was the one you said.
Is that not the one? Maybe I'm
this
thinking
one's
of
Anything Can Go Wrong.
Oh, maybe I'm wrong.
Right.
All the videos are good. Fuck it.
So my next one
That's all you got to know.
There's this band that is super underrated that people should have been talking about, but they're not talking about them. They're called Hiraki. They're from Denmark. They are fucking amazing. This is a video for their song Wonder Hunt. You're going to hear these guys a couple of times on my list. Just super fucking solid. It's like industrial mixed mathcore. I don't know, like they just got this feeling about them that's like this angst and, you know, trying to bust out of the shell, and this video shows it really well. All their videos are absolutely amazing, high quality stuff. So
never heard of this band.
Hideaki. They're so fucking good, dude. Oh my god, I'm gonna see the link. But what about you? What's another one you wanted to talk about?
I would say Under the Pier, Subtext and Make Believe Fact was really good. I like the direction on that quite a bit. Nice blood chopping, and you know, I like seeing the band in the flesh performing with their instruments. Yeah. Even if it is miming, I don't know, there's something about it that I still find enjoyable, I guess.
Yeah, showing like their drive to do the.
Yeah, sure.
And I like the visuals of like the. I guess is that a heart? I'm not sure what that is.
Yes, that is supposed to be a heart.
Okay.
Yeah. I think it is an actual heart.
I wouldn't be surprised. So the next one I want to talk about, pretty sure is one you want to talk about. Cotton Shot. Says, holy crap, man. I love the dance moves. Gotta get more dance moves and music videos, man.
It's like a demented Napoleon Dynamite.
It is.
The first time I saw it, I was like, are you guys serious? They sent it to me before it was released, and I was like, no. I was like, basically, how much did you spend on this? But the more I watched it, the more I just started to love it, because it is brilliant. The music, the dancing is perfect.
Dude, it fits so well. Also, that drop is fucking awesome, and we're going to be hearing more about that later on.
Absolutely. We'll be talking about that again.
You got another one?
I'm ready to talk about my winner.
Oh, is that your winner? Yeah, I'm down to my winner too, so we'll go with yours first.
My winner would be Pac-Man the Movie, Hell's Kitchen. I feel like there's a lot of good music videos this year, but that one is the one that just sticks out in my mind. It's just so fun, and it kind of just shows the band going fucking nuts, and it's short and concise, and yeah, that was overall my favorite. Hell yeah, man.
Well, we can't talk about music videos and not talk about Knocked Loose, because what the fuck, dude? They did a whole video for their entire EP. What the fuck, man? That's crazy. And it's all animated. Like, there's so much effort went into this. It's insane.
I really enjoy what they're doing, honestly. I feel like they've only gotten more experimental too on this newer EP, so yeah.
Hell yeah. And I love like
Super
the
good.
Story-driven kind of like videos and stuff to go for as music videos, and this is just so perfect. Oh my god.
I also would have nominated The Armed. Like every one of their music videos this year were really good.
Yeah, they do a lot of like crazy artsy stuff, which fits them pretty well.
Their visual aesthetic is incredibly well curated.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Well, you ready to go with most innovative?
Let's go.
I guess since I did my winner last, you want to start us off?
Yep. So The Armed would be my first nomination for most innovative, just in terms of musical eclecticism, genre amalgamation, unique instrumentation and composition. Like, maybe wouldn't give them that to all of them in all those categories, but definitely it's wonderful overstimulation. Like, what can you say?
So are they really a mathcore band?
No, not truly. I mean,
I've seen people like lump them together in like lists of mathcore and stuff like that. I mean, I'm listening to them and I'm like, is it?
No, not really and truly, but they previously were sort of playing towards that Dillinger sound, and now it's more, I don't know. It's really
I don't even know what you call it anymore.
Yeah. It's maximalism. I know that.
Okay. Do we just call it that? I like that as a genre name, maximal.
I mean, it's wall of sound metal.
No, it is. Yeah. It's weird. I don't know. It's what it is.
it's transcendent. So you really got to hand it to them for being innovative. No one sounds like what they're doing right now. Actually, I'd say that they take a lot of inspiration from Genghis Tron, come to think of it, but they've kind of made the sound more their own.
You know, I never listened to the new Genghis Tron album. That's one that went right past me. I should have.
If you like krautrock, you should listen to it. If you don't like krautrock, maybe skip it.
I have no idea what krautrock sounds like, but I'm down for it, man. So my first nomination would be Fawn Limbs, Darwin Falls. I've never heard a band do this. Like, what the fuck? Even their EP that they're like continuing off of doesn't go nearly this far. Like, just straight up just telling a story in the album. Like, not mixing it into like sung vocals or anything like that. Just actually narrating a story, which is just wild. Yeah. Like, I don't know how else to like, it's just crazy. It's insane what they were doing.
There's nobody who sounds like Fawn Limbs.
Right.
Truly the most idiosyncratic artist with that particular direction that they explore with the spoken word, the cowboy story kind of element. Yeah, it's truly unique.
Chat's wondering if you have cops outside your house because of the lights.
No, I've got some Christmas lights going.
For people watching the podcast, it looks like there are definitely cops outside his house.
No, thank God. We don't like cops.
Yeah, ACAB. Anyway, you have a nomination?
I do. From Joy would be my next nomination for sure. I really, really appreciate their integration of electronic elements. I feel like they're one of the bands who's doing it so seamlessly to where it's like not jarring. It truly feels like it belongs there. And a lot of instances when I hear metal artists integrating electronic elements, it feels a bit jarring, to be sort of redundant to what I was just saying. But yeah, I feel like they executed on like another level. It's just very, very seamless.
Right. I would say that's going to be a what do you call it? Something that's going to be with I'm sorry. Something a lot of these bands are going to be known for is like injecting electronic influence into it. It seems like to be the new thing that's really picking up this year is people injecting that kind of stuff into it.
Predictably so.
My next one would be Hideaki, because they do a lot of like industrial injection into their music. Like I was saying, it's actually probably a more metal version of the Armed, I guess is what you could call it. So yeah, people should definitely be checking them out. They have this album called Stumbling Through the Walls. It's absolutely amazing.
Hey, please link that to me.
Dude, absolutely will.
My next nomination would be Nursing for Self-Care, in that they've brought in this sort of new wave or not no wave, I guess it's more new wave, like 80s kind of aesthetic into their sound. And it just, I mean, it sounds completely clashing, but it works really well.
I didn't catch the band name one more time.
Nursing.
Oh, okay. Yeah, dude, that shit definitely is wild. I was mixing and mastering, and it is fucking crazy what he put into that.
Yeah, their sound is pretty goddamn unique. It's like psyopus with black metal vocals, but like an 80s influence to it.
Yeah, that's actually really fucking close.
It's like a horror film score with black metal vocals that's mathcore at the same time, you know.
Yeah, there you go,
so
man. I really want to hear what like the next actually formed ideas are, because I'm pretty sure he just kind of did this to get something out, and I really want to hear what his like actual like sit down and like carve out songs kind of sound would end up like, because I feel like he could make it way better than what. My next one is gonna be Tema Negru. I don't know if you're familiar with him.
Absolutely. From
Oh,
Humble
you
County.
are? Okay, cool, yeah. So Cybergrind's been a thing, been like, building up and stuff. Tim and Negru is actually the first band that Big Money Cybergrind put out. Their album is Terminal, and it's not like the Nintendo core Cybergrind. That's like a thing that a lot of people associate with Cybergrind, but it's more like grind with like EDM aspects put into it. Like there's even like straight up dance music is thrown in on this album. Like the extremes that it goes from like crazy like black metal intensity to like jumping up and having fun kind of like dance moments. It's wild what's on this album.
Super good. I have to agree with you.
Mm-hmm.
My next nomination would be Frontier, just returning to integrating electronic elements and glitch elements, and just a very forward-thinking project that is, I think, sort of becoming a blueprint for a sound that a lot of bands are trying to imitate.
Yeah. Like I was saying, man, the whole, what do you call that? That pedal that they use.
Whammy pedal.
Yeah, that whole thing, it's blown up like crazy. It's like getting into, I mean, it's not mainstream, but like the bigger bands and stuff are using them. Yeah, and it's like gone into like the deathcore scene and such too.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that stuff's like blowing up. It's probably because of Frontier that type of thing is. Well, that and Tony Danza. But
yeah, Tony Danza for sure. They're also known for the pitchfork pedal too, to kind of give that ugly half step harmony.
I think that's what I was thinking of, is the pitchfork pedal. Yeah.
Yeah, that's probably what you're thinking of too. I mean, both of them are just like essential in creating really like metallic, screechy sounds.
Right. The little siren sound.
Right. That and a ring mod.
My next one is For Your Health. So it doesn't seem like a band that's being really innovative. It seems like they're kind of doing this older sound, but they're really incorporating like a bunch of different genres into this. They have like,
I agree with you,
the black metal stuff. They have more rock isn't the right term, but more lighter parts that are thrown into the songs. They cover like a huge amount of genres, and it's really cool to be able to see all that actually being able to be stitched together in like a way that doesn't seem like it's stitched together.
For sure. They are pretty, I don't want to say eclectic, but it's a bit of metalcore, it's a bit of mathcore, it's a little bit of screamo kind of. Maybe see those influences coming through just a bit, perhaps to a lesser extent. Yeah, I sort of feel like they borrow heavily from bands like Daughters and See You Space Cowboy, but I'd have to agree with you. They put out one of the better releases this year too, with In Spite Of, for
Definitely.
sure.
And you got another nomination?
Yeah, I'm down to my winner.
Hey, I am too.
My winner would be, you already said it, but Fawn Limbs. I mean, nothing sounds like Fawn Limbs.
True. Yeah.
Spoken word cowboy poetry slam.
Right?
Cowboy tech metal poetry slam. Like, it's
that's
so
such
fucking
an odd idea too.
Different.
Like being able to like say that with your whole chest is just crazy. Like being able to put out an album like this, you'd think like halfway through they'd be like, "Is this really a thing we should be doing?" But they fucking nailed it, man. It's crazy. So my winner, actually these are all pretty close, so I'd say they're all winners, but I guess I have to pick one. My winner would be Infinite Hex. I've never seen analog. What do you call those? Oh my god, what are those called? Analog pianos? Is that what they're called?
Analog synth.
Synths. There you go. Yeah, I've never seen that involved in like metal before, and all like the weird textures he creates and such. It's absolutely wild. Like I can't name another band that's done that before.
I'm really sad that I did not nominate Otis, because you're absolutely right. What Otis does is some of the next level electronic and analog synth shit integrated with metal. Yeah, I don't think I've ever heard anybody so successfully put analog synth into this context.
Right.
Yeah, good nomination, or good winner for sure.
Discount Brienne Zane is saying, has People Slicer's Mirrors been discussed as far as AOTY is concerned? Because hot damn, it kicked my ass. Kind of kicked my ass too, and we'll be getting to that there. As the last section. We'll be getting to that stuff.
Oh yeah.
The next one is Best Breakdown. Now,
ooh, this was a tough one too.
Now for me, as Best Breakdown, I was saying Best Breakdown like throughout the whole album, because it's hard to like pick one song because it's subjective to everybody what the Best Breakdown is. But anyway. What would be your first nomination?
Well, first of all, my metric is what makes me want to get the fuck out of my seat and start moshing.
Oh yeah.
That is my quantifier for what a good breakdown is. So that being said, See You Space Cowboy, Misinterpreting Constellations, that at about 1:14 does that, and then it fucking gets even heavier after that. It's just that shit makes me want to fucking go, dude.
Dude, I had that on here too. The whole fucking album is just insane.
There's a lot of good big ass on there. For sure.
My nomination would be Under the Pier and Exercise and Discontent. I'm sure that was one of yours too. Heavy as fuck breakdowns, man. What more can you say? Like, it makes you want to get up and get shit done.
There's stupid breakdowns all over that album, up and down it.
Absolutely.
My next one would be Frontier Glacial Plasma. At around 1:16, there's like a China breakdown that's got kind of, again, that sort of pitchfork sound. There's like a chugging in between gross, like half step harmony, like quick runs, the classic kind of Frontier sound, but it's like next level heavy. That in Motherboard, the end of Motherboard.
I had them on here too, and it was more for the opening song. I don't know if you could call that a breakdown in the very beginning, but like that shit just gets me revved up. I can't remember what the name of the song is, but the very opening of the album is just fucking gets you going, man.
Absolutely.
My next one would be Mouth Breather. I'm sorry, Mr. Salesman. Cotton Shot, man. That's like
Cotton Shot.
That drop is fucking awesome. Oh my god.
Holy shit. That is one of the obnoxiously best breakdowns of the year for sure. I had a really hard time wrestling with that one or my winner. And that one ended up being basically my second favorite.
Dude, definitely.
On that note, I'll give you my favorite breakdown. It was Under the Pier, Subtext, and Make Believe Fact.
Dude, fuck yeah, dude. They're fucking crazy.
Minute and 13 seconds for if anyone's looking for the timestamp. That breakdown and the lyrics are just so good. Very, very mosh inspiring.
I wish I had like actual songs now. I didn't think about doing it like that. But my winner would be Knocked Loose, Tearing the Fabric of Life. Like, you can't get heavier than that. I think it's illegal to get heavier than that. But yeah, they're fucking insane, man. The only thing I could beat it would be Lorna Shore, but they're not even like mathcore. Like their breakdowns are just so fun.
Yeah, Into the Hellfire. Everyone's gonna naturally comment on that song, but
right.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, that's a good choice.
Yeah. So yeah, best new band. This one is the hardest section for me, even harder than like album of the year and stuff, because there's so many bands that I've talked to personally that are like new bands, and I don't want to leave anybody out because everybody's amazing. So let's just say it to start with. But we gotta start somewhere in nominating best bands. So you want to take it away with the first nomination?
Yeah. So for this category, I was trying to figure out which bands I just had like the most character in terms of their sound and things like, how strong their debut release is and how prolific they've been was another big factor for me too. So that being said, Hopscotch Battle Scars was my first nomination for sure. They put out a series of good singles and EPs this year, or a series of singles and an EP, and just one of the most promising young bands in the scene. Really excited to see where they go next year.
Dude, hell yeah. My criteria was bands that I saw like having a really bright future ahead of them. They are definitely at the top. Like they got the whole marketing thing down too, and the way that they like wear being trans on their sleeves, like with the album artwork and everything like that.
So fucking
and
tough.
Actual lyrics about like kicking people's ass that are against trans.
If you
people.
hate me, say it to my face.
Yes.
That shit is so tough, dude.
It's so awesome, man. Like, oh my god, and especially the little the thing that really like got me. I know it's really stupid, but the little emojis of like the doing the head, the metal horns and like the sad face or whatever, and like making that synonymous with like your brand. That's so good. Like bands need to be doing things like that, and they're doing a really, really good job with this. I really see them being able to blow up like in the future.
Same.
Mine would be, let's just get it out of the way, even though we're gonna say Utopia, because they're so insane. Like they blew me away. So yeah, Utopia is definitely one of the.
I guess that is a new project. For some reason, I thought they've been around for a second, but maybe you're right. Maybe that is brand new.
Right? Yeah, it's brand new, and like I think it's something he might have been working on for a while.
Yeah, that's why it feels like it's because I feel like John messaged me about it like a year ago, even.
Yeah. But yeah, so mine would be Utopia. What's one that you got?
My next one would be Serling.
Hell yeah.
Mathcore duo. They put out a really, really excellent debut EP this year called the James Blevis Chronicles. And if you like the Twilight Zone like I do, and you like heavy fucking mathcore, this is your shit. It's so fucking heavy, so good.
Right.
Very definitely picking up on the frontier vibes from them for sure. So just a testament to their influence.
Right, definitely. And they have a really unique way of writing songs too, where the drummer actually uses a drum machine, programs it, and then the guitarist writes songs over that, which is like completely backwards to how a lot of bands operate. So you get some really, really strange patterns and stuff doing it that way.
I've written songs that way.
Okay, there you go.
I would not recommend it. Because you're never going to hear those songs.
My next one would be Rat Punch. It's a drink. This band is just absolutely mind-blowing. I haven't heard grindcore band do the stuff that they do, like, ever. They have all these weird electronics going along in it, and it's so much fun. And you
hear mathcore with power violence ever. That's a really interesting and unique combination that I think it's unprecedented. I don't think anyone's done that before.
Yeah, there's got to have been something, but like Rat Punch is a whole, like, I don't know, just a special fucking band, dude. Like, they're gonna go far. I got the chance to see them live actually, and oh my god, it was so much fun watching them play, man. Like, this band's going places. It's definitely
they're fucking unhinged.
Oh yeah.
I'd have to agree with you. My next nomination would be Circuit from I think they're from Nashville,
I believe.
I'm not mistaken. Yeah. They're super good. They're just talking about another band that's got a very bright future ahead of them. I feel like they're going to go places with their sound and their technical ability, and just coming out with a very hot 4-song EP right out the gate. So
my next one, we already talked about them, but Nursing again. I want to hear like material that you've sat on for a long time. Like whenever you get your next album out. I feel like
they've come up quite a few times in this list.
Yeah, they're one that could break out. Like I feel like because he's so he's pushing the boundaries a lot.
They need a live drummer.
They do.
I think they may have. I think they got the guy from Omnia, perhaps, but yeah, they don't think they've gigged yet.
Yeah, they haven't played a show yet. That's kind of bumming me out. Which is why when he's dude in the chat was saying "Rip Nursing," I was like, "Oh shit, are they done?" But I hope
they meant needle play.
Yeah, I think they did too.
So my winner, if I can just give you my winner, From Joy, for sure. I feel like they just released so much good music in such a short amount of time this year. Clearly have a good live performance. Just, man, they're just popping off.
Hell yeah. They're one that's actually stuck underneath my radar a little bit. I need to dive a little deeper into them. But my winner is Capra. They put out a banger album on a Metal Blade, which is crazy for like a band like this to just jump straight onto like a big label like that. And they're killing it. Like they have all the they're hitting all the right notes. Super. Wow. Yeah, they're just
so crazy that they just sort of a relatively new band, and then boom, Metal Blade.
Right, and doing huge tours and such. I think they're playing with I Hate God like for a couple of dates now, which is pretty. So Discount Brianzine in chat is saying, can we also throw Dying Wish into the mix? I know they're way more metalcore than mathcore, but they're also fucking good and deserve all the success. I actually haven't.
Are they a new band?
Out. Yeah, I don't know. I've heard the name. I don't know like how old they are or whatever. It's something I need to look into.
I only listened to their album once, and I sort of wasn't too crazy about it. I feel like the sound was a bit on the throwbacky side, but I will say they are doing it with like a style and a flair that is definitely convincing and good. Like it's good. If it sounds good, it's good.
I need to look more.
Yeah, you should be listening to it. At least give it one spin because they're not reinventing the wheel, but it's solid.
Dude, there's so much stuff that came out this year, man. I thought I was prepared for this, and then I saw your the community poll for Mathcore Index for best album, and I was like, holy shit, there's so much stuff I haven't listened to that I need to go back and check out. Like it's
a bunch of shit on there I haven't listened to either.
Yeah, it's wild, dude, how much shit came out. And I have people on here, I'll ask them, what's your album of the year? And like, I'm not sure what all came out this year. It's like, bro, the list is gigantic. Speaking of that, let's move on to EP of the year. What you got for me?
I feel like this wasn't super hard for me to narrow down, just because there wasn't there's some good EPs this year, but Wilsiax, I Don't Feel Anything was the one that I probably gave some of the most spins to. Just, perhaps a bit too many interludes on it, but like the songs it's themselves are just like fucking quality, and it shows some like progression in their sound too. So,
dude, absolutely, they're definitely doing something super original, and I want to hear a full length. Like, they're so fucking good.
We need a full length for them for sure.
And on you saying that there's no EPs, bro, there were so many EPs. There were so many EPs. I don't know if it's because I'm paying
no EPs that stood out to me, I guess, is where I was going with that. So
let's start with one of the daddies here. Possession 1981, Faster on Fire. That was fucking awesome, man. Dogs will feast. That's so fucking good, dude.
Man, so many anthemic lines on that thing.
Right.
The lyrics are just incredible. And it's so their sound, I mean, there's a lot of blackened hardcore bands, but I feel like they really do have a very distinct sound.
No, they do, 100%. And one of the things that I really like about them is their vocalist will just repeat lines multiple times, like in the song, so like get it stuck in your head. And then you're walking around and you have this line stuck in your head, and you're like, okay, I guess I need to listen to the song again.
It's black metal with mosh calls.
Yeah, no, there you go. That's it, man. Shit, that's a really good description.
That's my elevator pitch.
Let's get one from chat real quick. Blind Tiger stole my heart for EPs this year from Chiseled Messiah. Yeah, they're on my list too. Blind Tiger's great. I love the
Austin.
addition of trumpets, and just they changed their sound so much from what their last album was to this, and I love the new direction that they're going in.
For sure, very Dowboys.
Yeah. Very like getting into progressive territory now instead of just like more post-hardcore stuff that they've done before.
Yeah, for sure.
I think was it you that needed to put? I just said Possession, and then we did Blind Tiger. Okay, so what's another one from you?
Weston Supermame, 180 Degree Murder would be my next one.
That's a very good one too.
Yeah, it's about 15 minutes of material over 2 songs, but the arc of these 2 songs is just incredible. They both have 2 or 3 distinct movements, and it really just takes you on a 15-minute roller coaster where it's like you see your life flash before your eyes, kind of. It's really intense on the second leg of the EP too. Like, it's fucking inspired shit, honestly.
Oh yeah. Songs are a little too long for my liking, but it's good. It's good stuff nonetheless.
If you can sit through a 7-minute song, it's really rewarding. I'm not usually one for that kind of progressive metal length territory, but
yeah, I mean they're very good. We also got Seth from Weston Supermame in chat right now.
Oh, my G.
Good job, Seth.
Good job, Seth. Very cool.
Good job, yeah. So I got one that I'm sure not a lot of people know of, especially because the band broke up a couple months after they put this out. Evil Prevails. They're from Canada. It's more of a metalcore influenced mathcore thing going on. But their take on it is so good. It's so different, and it's different and familiar at the same time. So it's good at like dragging you in and getting its claws into you. I definitely recommend checking them out. They had such a bright future. They had such a bright future ahead of them, and then they ended up breaking up. I don't know what the band's members now, but Evil Prevails EP is fucking amazing.
I want to nominate Serling James Bevis Chronicles. Again, just gotta shout them out because that EP is fucking solid. I think it's like 7 tracks of just very solid material.
Dude, you keep saying their name before I do, man. Like, you keep taking them off my list. Yeah, Serling's fucking great, man. I love all that shit. Even if they did take what do you call it? A theme from one of my albums and made it bigger. It's all good.
I love that we were on the same page though on so many of these entries.
Hell yeah, man. My next one would be DB Cooper, The Crisis Years. DB Cooper's a band that has the potential to get going. Just got to make sure they steal enough shit and get high enough. You know what I mean?
I love their sound. I think there's a lot of potential there. I think I liked the earlier material just a bit more than this latest EP, but yeah, certainly a lot of potential there. They're one of the most exciting underground bands for sure.
Dude, hell yeah. Chat's got another one for us. Past Forms had an interesting EP IMO from a Savage Paul. Past Forms is definitely great. Had them on here for
not familiar
a couple months ago, I think. Oh, they're like post-hardcore-ish metalcore, mathcore influence. It's pretty good stuff. But I think that I could go on, but you said you didn't have too many EPs. You got any more nominations?
Yeah, Bone Cutter, their self-titled EP, I thought was pretty fucking strong.
That was gonna be my winner, Bone Cutter. Dude, so fucking good, man. Oh my god, it's great to have Heavy Lolo back. Yeah, not much else to say. It's Heavy Lolo. They're fucking great.
It's fucking tremendous. My winner would be From Joy. It Lingers. They released a couple EPs this year, but I feel like that was the strongest and the most lengthy one. So I feel like that length sort of allowed there to be a bit more of an arc, more of an album flow, if you will, to enjoy. So yeah, that was my favorite EP of the year for sure.
Definitely another band we needed. B Dowdy in chat says 2 nominations for Serling. This boy can die happy. If you're not familiar, that's the drummer for Serling. He's fucking great. Uncle Jeff. Oh, is that Jeff? It says, I don't know if Crisis Actor has been brought up, but goddamn, they rock live. I have not checked out their new stuff. They did hit me up about coming on the podcast at some point, but I need to listen.
Their new single is fucking good.
Oh yeah, I know they put out some good shit. I just need to dive into it a little bit more. But yeah. Moving on to the big boy. Album of the year.
Album of the year, baby. Let's go.
Guess I'll start off. For Your Health. In Spite Of. Like, they're so solid. Fucking good. I don't know how to... I guess it's just because they incorporate so many different genres, and they're doing the whole sassy thing, which I feel like is kind of dead, which sucks. Like, it needs to come back. More bands need to be doing the sassy thing. And, yeah, For Your Health does it really well.
Yeah, that first track especially is a ripper.
Oh yeah, man! The whole thing is a ripper.
yeah, for sure. It's very quick. It's a really short, much like that Pac-Man LP. It's a very short album, but
that might be why I like it so much, because you can revisit it over and over again, as opposed to
very, very digestible.
Yeah. So you got
my first nomination would be The Armed Ultra Pop. I feel like very, very obvious. I'm sort of still on the fence about where I actually might end up with this list. It might change, just full disclosure, when I actually publish mine for Mathcore Index, but The Arm would be my first nomination. Just incredible album. So much to say about it, but I'll just say that they're one of the most innovative artists out there. And that's one of the most standout albums, and from great music videos and visual aesthetic to incredible music, they're just like the full package.
Hell yeah, man. My next one would be Kaunashi. I did not write the album title down, so I totally
Dear Lemon House, you ruined
that. Was it? Yeah.
Senior year.
Yeah, dude, that album's fucking great. Being able to tell a story, and it doesn't sound like it's forced or manufactured. Like it's got all the emotion put into it too. I actually kind of started tearing up on this one, and that never happens to me for music. It's happened to me twice this year. It was for them and Suffocate, for fuck's sake. But yeah, Kaunashi's fucking amazing. And
full disclosure, yeah. I'm right there with you, homie. Absolutely teared up on a number of spots on this album. It's incredibly so emotionally charged. Peter Rono is a tremendous lyricist. Say what you will about his technique or the delivery, but it's so, once you get into the groove of enjoying the album, it's fucking incredible. That's one of my nominations as well.
Dude, absolutely. Chisholm Messiah says that's my AO2.
It's a good one.
You got another one for us?
I do. Frontier Oxidized would be my oh, sorry, that's actually getting ahead of myself here.
I feel like that was supposed to be your winner, huh? The way you're acting there.
Pupil Slicer Mirrors was one of my favorite albums of the year for sure.
Hell yeah.
I feel like, yeah, the back end wasn't quite as strong as I wanted it to be, but there's just so many good tracks on it, so many good moments, and Kate just truly fucking bringing it super hard guitar and vocally on there.
Yeah, definitely. And it's really important to note too that this is like it's cool to see mathcore bands making it onto like bigger labels, like getting onto oh my god, prosthetic. Say what you will about the label in general, but it's just showing that this is starting to break into like more I guess mainstream yet, but
you gotta lift your homies up,
wider audiences, and that's really fucking cool they were able to do this. So
absolutely,
yeah, shouts out to them.
Big ups, Pupil Slicer.
For me, I would say Fall 50 Feet is another one we got to mention here. Again, just all from like the quieter parts of the album to louder parts of the album. It's a huge range. They're able to put it together so smoothly. And there's just so many beautiful moments on it. Like, it's an amazing album.
Lyrically and musically, yeah, it's so good. So many so many good fucking solid tracks on that album. Yeah, that's one of my nominations as well.
You got another one for us?
Yeah, Under the Pier and Exercise and Discontent. I mean, I feel like they set it up so hard on this new album, like in every possible way. So yeah, I have to give it to Under the Pier for sure. Was my other nomination.
Extremely strong and solid. I really do. For me, Lower Automation. Are you familiar with them?
Yeah, from Chicago.
Dude, hell yeah, man. They're so good. I wish I thought they were a new band. I was going to put them under best new band, but they're Jesus Christ. It just, they put together the music so well. It's so engaging. Yeah, just excellent, solid material.
I'd have to agree with you there. Really, really good album. See You Space Cowboy, The Romance of Affliction was my other nomination. Not really. They've sort of steered pretty far away from mathcore for the most part, but they've brought it back so much on this new album that I just can't deny. Again, I can't deny my enjoyment.
Dude, I am 100% where you're at, dude. I was not a huge fan of the last one. This one brought me back, though.
They found a real balance here.
Yeah, it's like what the sassy mathcore would be if it grew up. Like that's how I look at it. Like it's just excellent stuff.
For sure. And they've kind of, it's funny, they sort of have brought in just more influences from the same era, because they've always sort of had a very throwbacky, mid-aughts, heavy Lolo Fear Before kind of influence thing going on. Now they've just integrated more of this Under Oath, Drop Dead Gorgeous kind of singy metalcore stuff too, post-hardcore.
So I got Hideaki. Again, a lot of people don't know about them. I can't talk about them too much without people not understanding who they are, but excellent band you got to check out. Industrial influence mathcore. Super amazing.
I'm down to my album of the year.
Oh, I just want...
For the purposes of this list.
Rat Punch. Awesome album. Like, holy shit, dude. I fucking jam this. I'm not kidding. They're so fucking good. People need to check them out. But yeah, now we can move on to the winners here. You would like to go first? I think you already told us what it was.
Yeah, I fucked that up earlier. Whoops. But yeah, Frontier, Oxidized. Got to give it to the boys in terms of just like purely mathcore material, just really taking it to the next fucking level. Like them and Under the Pier, especially, I feel like we're, sort of neck and neck for getting the number one spot for me. And yeah, I think ultimately I got to give it to Frontier.
Hell yeah. My whole list of album of the years, I should have mentioned this earlier, but the reason why they're on here is because it's stuff that makes me want to actually write music. It's not that I just enjoy the album. It's like, this actually gets me hyped to get...
Motivates you?
Yeah, to play on the fucking guitar. So
Frontier is that kind of motivator for me too. 100%.
Yeah, they are absolutely and making me come up with new ideas of how I can change things up and do different sounds and such. Frontier is amazing for that.
Ted, you got to just hand it to him. What a visionary. He really just has a super strong, specific vision for how he wants his project to sound. And I think that's what's allowed them to just fucking trusting him with kind of steering the creative direction has allowed them to go really, really far.
Right. And dude, the amount of success that album's gotten is just insane. Blows everything out of the water.
With no label and no management
wild.
And only a little bit of distribution help for digital. So,
right. Yeah, I can't believe he was able to pull it. Fucking shouts out.
Actually, they got Dan doing all their booking and management, so they don't really have to worry about getting a tour manager,
Yeah, I mean, they need to get their ass to the US. If they could get a tour manager to get hooked that up, that'd be...
I have a feeling they'll be here sooner rather than later, Chris.
Oh shit. That was actually what I was hoping was going to end up happening, but anyway, that's for another time. My winner is Death Goals, The Horrible and the Miserable.
Oh, fuck yeah.
They did such a good job at making this atmosphere of I guess hatred and depression, but it's fun also. I can't really describe it more than that. Just excellent spoken word parts, excellent grindy parts. They just do everything so well. I just pull off everything at such a high level. It's amazing. Yeah,
I love the back and forth vocal play between the drummer and the guitarist, and yeah, that's an incredible album for sure.
Absolutely is. So Discount Brands, or no, where was it? Holly was asking, hey Chris, are you gonna do a written recap of this EP? There's a lot of name drops I'd like to revisit. I am going to try to link every album on this. It's gonna take a long time, but definitely should be some stuff in the description. And I'll try to tag every band on IG and stuff. Also getting a lot of love for Death Goals in chat, which is fun.
Fuck yeah.
But yeah, man, we fucking did it. 2021 wrapped up right here. Nice, pretty bow.
Put a fork in it. It's done.
Definitely, dude. Thanks for being here, man.
Thank you so much for having me. Good to be back with an actual proper microphone and a camera that you can hear and see me clearly.
It sounds good, man. Nice velvety voice. I love it, man. I need to upgrade this microphone. Jesus. So my goal here is not only to shout out bands, but that would probably not get much of attention otherwise, but get people excited to check out new music and try to get bands excited to get on this list next year. So I hope that's what ends up actually happening. Just, growing the scene in general. Christian, you want to give us like your plugs and stuff? Everybody knows Mathcore Index, but what you got?
Yeah, go follow us. We're on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. We're very, very active on all of those fronts. We've got a YouTube account. We've got a Patreon. If you want to come throw us a couple bucks, we do a monthly podcast. Become a member of the Patreon. You can come listen in on the live cast as we record. I also run Dark Trail Records, which is, most of you are probably already familiar with it, but we put out Mouth Breather, Nursing, Fall 50 Feet, Under the Pier, Wilsiax, Pac-Man the Movie, and Weston Supermame this year. So go check that out. We're on Facebook and Instagram and Twitter as well.
That's a fucking line of bands right there.
I hope I didn't forget anybody.
You probably did, yeah. As for me, drop my channel and follow so you always know when I go live. You can also sub to get access to the interviews before they hit YouTube and streaming services, as well as some exclusive videos. You can find me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube. YouTube folks, if you like the video, please drop a like, click the notification bell. Don't forget to subscribe. It's a great way to support me for free. Check out my music with Sound That Ends Creation at soundthatenscreation.bandcamp.com. My new album, Boomers, Zoomers, Desperate Coomers, is out now. My next guest is Seb Alvarez from Meth. Gonna have some fun talking about that project and all his other projects. Join us this Sunday the 2nd at 7 p.m. Central for the live cast. Thanks for being here, Christian. Hope you had a good time.
Thank you so much for having me again. Really appreciate it, Chris.
Dude, absolutely. And thank you guys for watching and listening.